To give a quick video update of the tank, I want to talk a little about my protein skimmer and my nutrient levels. Earlier this month, I increased my bioload severely, and a lot faster than what should have been done. Purchased quite a few fish, and changed my feeding schedule, and changed my fish foods to a heavier fish food. Unfortunately, my nutrients spiked. Nitrates hit an all-time high in my tank. Coral suffered, display suffered, algae blooms, SPS started bleaching again, just a complete mess. And I should have taken it slow, but I didn't, and I suffered, and I learned another valuable lesson that all things within this hobby need to go very, very slow to be consistent and successful. Now, lesson learned, moving on and trying to recover. Before, I never had a problem with nutrients. Barely even tested for nitrates on the scale, and phosphates are completely undetectable. My SPS corals never really looked that gorgeous, so I decided with this build I wanted to be a little bit higher, and I spaced out my water changes a little more, and I was going to do a little more dosing and kind of keep track of all that. But unfortunately, this theory in conjunction with me increasing the bioload just created a giant mess for my tank, and I've had to do some recovery work. This week I did a water change, and I plan to do another water change later on this week. I'll have to purchase a new salt, because the salt I have currently will just throw my parameters way out of whack for alkalinity and calcium. So I need to go find a salt mix that won't do that. But needless to say, I pretty much doubled the amount of biopellets in my biopellet reactor, with some fear. Now, in another YouTube video, I saw somebody who recommended, I think on Melv's Reeves video, he talked about adding Microbac 7 to your biopellets as they sit overnight in your distilled water. And I thought, well, that's just an amazing idea. I mean, talk about fast starting your biopellet reactor in an emergency. So I said, screw it, I'm going to do it. And my only fear was my protein skimmer just couldn't keep up. When I started the hobby 5 years ago and I started using biopellets, back then, I had several bacterial blooms for not having adequate sized protein skimmer, using too many biopellets at once, you name it, and I had the problem with it. This time, the protein skimmer didn't miss a beat. I did a water change, emptied the collection cup, changed the filter socks, and added the biopellets 5 days ago. And look at this protein skimmer. This is 5 days worth of skimming right here. An insane amount of skimming came out of this. I'm actually going to test a little bit later and see where my nitrates are at. I'm hoping they dropped. I'm hoping my nutrients are a little more under control. But just to say, I am extremely impressed with this protein skimmer. This is an Icecap K2-120. They have 4 models in this series. This is the second one up, rated for up to 75 gallons. Includes an ozone attachment, and it even has this to hook up an external canister for your collection cup if you choose to have your waste go down there. But this is really dark skimming. It's heavy, there's film in there, and this is all because of the biopellets that I've added into the tank recently. And I will tell you, not many skimmers would have kept up with this. I feared a bacterial bloom, I truly did. I was waiting to see it in the tank, and nothing happened. This skimmer rocks if you need a skimmer. I think my total system gallon is somewhere around 50 gallons, maybe 45 gallons between the sump and the main display. And with only 5 fish, feeding a little heavier, I was feeding corals. I stopped the last 2 weeks feeding corals just because of how bad the display became. This skimmer has kept up all the way. And increasing my biopellet reactor this severely, this fast, I mean, this skimmer has just done unbelievable things. So I highly, highly recommend it for anyone that's in the market for a protein skimmer. Needless to say, it's not super cheap, but there are far more expensive skimmers, and I feel like this one runs right up there with them. I mean, for $300, I think this compares to some of the $1,000 skimmers in the market, truly. I haven't tested them all. I'm going to have a Rika Octopus. I had an ASM. I've always wanted a Avast skimmer. I never was able to purchase that. Haven't had a big enough tank, really, or big enough sump. But this one is just phenomenal, hands down. and it really has kept up with the bioload that I've doubled or tripled over the course of the last month. So just to give you a quick update, wanted to show you how well this skimmer is performing. Unfortunately, how poor I've been at maintaining my display tank. So I'll do an update video of the display, show you what made it, what didn't make it, and then any other changes I've made. Have a good night.